Friends, we stand at a fascinating moment in history. The digital age promised us endless connection, but what many of us have found is the opposite, a profound sense of pressure and distraction. We carry in our pockets an unseen burden, the constant, relentless demand of the digital world. The endless notifications and the constant scrolling create a mental treadmill we simply can't seem to get off. The result is predictable. We feel perpetually on call, and many of us find ourselves foggy-brained or unexpectedly anxious, all of which drains our peace of mind. I came to understand this truth during a simple, profound moment. I was sitting on a bench overlooking the Grand Canyon one morning. It was silent, breathtaking, and utterly perfect. But then I pulled out my phone to capture the moment, and instantly the perfection was gone. I traded a moment of sacred presence for a fleeting sense of validation from someone far away. This experience taught me the core truth. A digital detox is not about mere absence. It is about the deliberate practice of intentional presence. It is a spiritual path, rooted in ancient wisdom, offering us a framework to quiet the mental static and reclaim our inner tranquility. The feeling of being digitally drained is a modern symptom of a timeless problem, the unchecked cycle of craving. The technology itself isn't the issue, it's the addiction it cultivates. Digital media is cleverly engineered to exploit our brain's reward system, always keeping us hungry for the new notification. We are training our minds for constant reaction, not contemplation. Philosophically, this chain reaction of impulse is known as dependent arising, or in Pali, Paṭiccasamuppāda. This concept teaches that one condition leads inevitably to the next, often towards suffering. Ancient wisdom shows us how one action immediately leads to the next, without any mindful intervention. The sound of an email leads to opening the news app, which leads to checking social media, a chain that started with a single unexamined impulse. My own struggle with this hit hardest during the evening news. I would sit down to genuinely watch, but the moment a commercial started, my hand instinctively went for the phone. 10 minutes later, I'd be scrolling through recipes or checking sports scores, completely missing the transition back to the broadcast. I wasn't choosing to be distracted, I was merely reacting to the minor discomfort of a momentary lull. This is where the ancient wisdom of the Eightfold Path offers guidance. The key to breaking that reaction cycle is the cultivation of Sammā, or right effort. This principle teaches us that liberation comes not from ignoring the digital highway entirely, but from mindfully driving on it. Sammā is the conscious effort to abandon unwholesome states, like reactive craving, and to cultivate wholesome ones, like focus and calm. It is the conscious decision to create a deliberate pause, a gap between the external stimulus, like a notification, and your internal response, the impulse to grab the phone. This practice empowers us to be truly present when online, and genuinely disengaged when we choose to unplug. The application of Sammā leads directly to the core practice of non-attachment to our devices. The phone is a tool, not an extension of the self. Therefore, our digital detox requires us to literally carve out sacred screen time, setting clear boundaries for work, entertainment, and truly unplugged moments that feel like reclaiming our day. My friend and his wife struggled with this too. They used to eat dinner while scrolling through headlines, with the depth of their connection fading. Their solution was the digital Sabbath, a self-imposed rule that every Saturday, from sunset to sunset, where their phones were in a locked box. The first night was marked by phantom vibrations and anxiety, but by the third week they started truly seeing and listening to each other again. That dedicated space was the key to reclaiming their relationship. To start this practice and reclaim your attention, I encourage you to try these steps. First, implement a version of the digital Sabbath. Even a digital hour every evening or one phone-free morning on a weekend can recharge you. Next, be strategic about your digital environment. Curate your digital ecosystem for quality. Set your phone screen to grayscale after 7 p.m. This simple change reduces the addictive appeal of bright colors and trains your eye to see the device as a functional tool. Try the 3-app friction rule. Identify your top 3 time-wasting apps, uninstall them temporarily, and only re-download them during a specific scheduled time block on weekends. This friction forces mindful consumption. Finally, protect your mind's most vulnerable moments. Never check your phone during the first 30 minutes of waking and the last 30 minutes before sleep. The most powerful result of this mindful disconnect is the ability to finally return to the sensory reality of the present moment. This is the practice of Sammā Sati, or right mindfulness. By moving beyond the screen, we must actively practice tapping into our senses to anchor us in the here and now. I used to rush through my morning routine, scrolling while drinking coffee. One day, during a scheduled unplugged morning, I decided to truly taste the coffee. I focused on the warmth of the mug, the complex bitterness on my tongue, and the steam rising. I had been drinking coffee for years, but never once had I been present for the experience. Simple sensory anchors, the taste of your coffee, the sound of the birds, can become your instant antidote to digital overwhelm. To effectively practice Sammā Sati and use your body as a powerful anchor, try the 3-breath rule. When you feel the familiar urge to check your phone, implement the pause. Take 3 conscious, slow, deep breaths before touching your device. This quick practice of conscious breathing is an immediate way to calm your mind and bring you back to a state of calm. Also, practice mindful waiting. Whenever you find yourself in a waiting situation, in line at the store, waiting for an elevator, resist the impulse to scroll. Instead, dedicate those moments to mindful observation. This transforms what was once irritating, empty time into a brief, restorative, meditative practice. Finally, we must talk about reclaiming our hobbies. We must rediscover the joy in real-world connections and skill-based activities. This is the process of reminding yourself of the richness of life that truly nourishes us outside of a screen. Schedule 1 physical activity a week that requires 2 hands and cannot involve your phone, gardening, knitting, or playing an instrument. These activities induce a flow state, the true antidote to fragmented digital attention. Experiencing moments of peace is one thing, sustaining serenity is the lifelong endeavor. We must move beyond temporary fasts and learn to use technology mindfully, leveraging it for our benefit rather than letting it control us. After my first successful detox, I knew the real challenge wasn't quitting, but sustaining the peace. My digital resilience kit isn't a physical box, but a set of self-imposed mental rules. Notifications are off for all non-essential apps. My phone is set to grayscale after 7 p.m. And the moment I feel the familiar urge to mindlessly scroll, I execute my pause and breathe rule. We need to build this collection of tools and strategies to help you bounce back from digital fatigue and maintain the inner peace you've cultivated. This shift from passively consuming to actively managing is the ultimate act of self-sovereignty. By committing to this mindful journey, we allow ourselves to imagine a life where we feel more connected, more present, and truly at peace. The powerful long-term benefits are clear. First, by being truly present, we offer our full attention to those we love, fostering deeper connection rather than the fleeting validation of digital likes. Second, we cultivate Sammā Samadhi, right concentration, taming the mind's reactivity, replacing the scattered, foggy-brained feeling with sustained focus and inner calm. Third, we rediscover the intrinsic value of real-world experiences, creating a richer life that truly thrives beyond the digital noise. This practice allows us to transcend mere detox and achieve genuine digital resilience, realizing that the most valuable connection is the one we cultivate within. The noisy world will always call to us, but by practicing intentionality through Sammā Vayama and Sammā Sati, we discover the unshakable peace that has been waiting within, quiet and undisturbed. Thanks for watching and listening to this video. Please like and share this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos get released. Namaste.